who is the Director of the Directorate of the Investment and Company Administration under the Ministry of Investment and Foreign Economic Relations of Myanmar.
Hello, very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for having me here. I am Dr. Wunna Aung, Director from the Directorate of Investment and Company Administration under the Ministries of Investment and Foreign Economic Relations. Today, my presentation topic is the form of engagement for investing in Myanmar. This is my context of topic. Firstly, I'd like to present about the government policy for the economics. The second, investment promotion agency in Myanmar, and then the legal framework and investment opportunity for the potential investor, not only for the potential investor but also for the existing investor. I will present about these framework and opportunities, and then the investment climate will be presented, and then the main part of this presentation is the form of the engagement for investing in Myanmar. So I will present also about the how can engage and how to invest in Myanmar, or which kind of fund is suitable for the variety of the investor. And then the last one is the why should invest in Myanmar? Why Myanmar? It's been the why Myanmar. Here's the government policy for economics. As we all know, we have three economic objectives. Here is to enhance. Here is three economic objectives. The first one is the to enhance production based on agriculture and livestock through modern techniques. And then here is I also highlighted that the strength all along development in other sector of the economy. The second one is to develop a stable market economy and promote international investment. I like to also highlight the promote international investment. And then that one is the third one is to promote a full local business to create employment opportunities. It means that by seeing these economic objectives, it is obviously seen that the government is now prioritized for the foreign investment. That is the we can see obviously for these highlight point. This is the investment promotion agency. I'd like to introduce about the MIC, MIFA, and DICA. It means that all of these departments are the promotion agency for the Myanmar. The first one is we have a Myanmar Investment Commission is responsible for the investment development, and then we have a Myanmar investment law and rules and the communities law. To handle these law, we have a Myanmar Investment Commission. So we Myanmar Investment Commission protects the investor and their investment according to the laws. And then on the middle size of the on the second one is the MIFA, Myanmar Ministry of the Investment and Foreign Economic Relations is also noted as a MIFA. Actually, this ministry has been formed a few years ago. The idea is to facilitate business and to cooperate the relevant ministries for easing the investor. The cooperation between the investment matter between the relevant ministries. Apart from these, our departments, the right side of the logo is also mentioned that it's a DICA. DICA means the Directorate of Investment and Company Administrations. My visual background also I mentioned the DICA logo. It means that our departments, our Directorate of Investment and Company Administration is one of the departments under the Ministry of Investment and Foreign Economic Relations. That is the first one. The second one is that our DICA has also served as the Secretariat's Office of the Myanmar Investment Commission. So it means that our departments, DICA has D, not only the Myanmar Investment Commission, but also the Ministry of Investment and Foreign Economic Relations. These three departments are the main departments for the investor. So our DICA is the first contact point for the investor. We were facilitators of the investor by contacting us. We are the first contact point for the investor. Let me present about the legal framework and then the investment opportunity. Firstly, I will present about the legal framework. In Myanmar, we have three modes of doing business in Myanmar. The first one is according to the Myanmar Companies Law, you have to register your company through online. And then through online, according to the Myanmar Companies Law, the responsible department is our department is DICA. So after setting up your companies, you can start your business. That is the first mode. And as a second mode, we have a Myanmar investment law. According to the Myanmar investment law, you have to submit the investment proposal to the Myanmar Investment Commission or state and region investment committees. We have not only the Myanmar Investment Commission, but also the state and region investment committee. I will also present about the nature of the MIC and state and region investment committees. So we have also, you have to submit the investment proposal, not only to the Myanmar Investment Commission, but also to the state and region investment committee. We have also permit, two kinds of permit, that is a permit and the endorsement. So I will also present about the difference between the permit and endorsement. And then after getting the Myanmar Investment Commission permit or state and region investment committee endorsement, you can start your business. And then third one is you can also invest in the SEZ area according to the special economic zone law. So if you invest according to the special economic zone law in the SEZ area, you can also start your business. In this slide, what I would like to highlight is that second mode and third mode can get the tax incentive for the investor, but the first mode is also mentioned is the setting up the companies according to the Myanmar Companies Law. It is also a necessary process for the investor in Myanmar. So how to register a new company in Myanmar? It is easy or not. We have already established Myanmar Companies Law since 2018, 1st August. So at the same time, we have also introduced about the Myanmar Companies Online registration system. It is also known as MICO. Nowadays, MICO is very well established. So you can also go this website link and then you can set up your companies from anywhere. But you have to show your place in one of the place in the location in Myanmar. In this slide, what I would like to share is that to set up the company is very easy through online. Everything is online. No need to come to our office. The payment is also online. So you can also change your shareholder or anything what you want. You can make through the MICO system. So in this slide, what I would like to share is the foreign share ratio up to 35% is we were noted as local companies. It means that over the 35% is mean, let's say that 36% of the foreign company, and then the 64% of the local company is noted as the foreign company. So that is the how to say. This is what I would like to highlight in this slides. I have already mentioned that there are the two types of permits. The first one is the permit and the second one is the endorsement. What is the difference between the endorsement and the permit? So according to our Myanmar Investment Commission, Myanmar Investment Law, we have already mentioned in the session 36. The first one is if your investment is a large potential impact. Second one is if your investment is the strategic investment. The third one is if your investment is a large capital intensive, and then the investment which is designated by the government, and then the state-owned enterprise, state-owned. If you want to lease the land from the state-owned land and the bidding, you have to submit. If your investment include in these 5 points, you have to submit the investment proposal to the Myanmar Investment Commission to get the permit, not the endorsement. So that is already mentioned in the section 36 of Myanmar Investment Law. So let's see the next slides here. So if your investment is not included in the section 36, it means that the former points, the former 5 points, if your investment is not included in these 5 points, you don't need to submit the investment proposal to the Myanmar Investment Commission. But if you want to lease the land for the long-term periods, and then if you want to enjoy the tax exemption and relief, you can also submit the investment proposal to the Myanmar Investment Commission or State and Region Investment Committee. So it means that Myanmar Investment Commission can give not only the permit but also the endorsement. But State and Region Investment Committee can approve just the endorsement. So investor can submit the investment proposal not only to the Myanmar Investment Commission but also to the State and Region Investment Committee. So the investor normally no need to come to the Myanmar Investment Commission. They can also submit the investment proposal to the relevant state and region according to the section 36 of the Myanmar Investment Law. So I have already mentioned that if you want to lease the land for the long-term periods, you have to submit the you can submit the investment proposal to the Myanmar Investment Commission or the State and Region Investment Commission. What is the right to use land? And so it is one of the opportunities for the investment investor according to the Myanmar Investment Law is the investor can lease the land for the long-term periods. How many years they can lease? It's 50 years, initially 50 years, and then you can extend 10 years for 2 times. It means that you may get the 70 years. You may get the 70 years for the long for the lease period. They can also lease the land from not only from the government but also from the private landowner. That is the first opportunity for the investor according to the investment law. So this is an incentive for the investor. If your investment is the Myanmar Investment Commission permit holder or the State and Region Investment Committee endorsement holder, you can get the tax incentive. The first one is the income tax incentive. So I will also present about the next slide about the income tax exemptions. It means that the second one is the custom duty exemptions, and other internet tax, and then the third one is the other exemption and relief. Let me explain about the nature of the tax incentive. The first one is that if you submit the investment proposal to the Myanmar Investment Commission, we will analyze and then we will ask the recommendations from the relevant ministry and the state and region government, according to the nature of the investment matter. After approving from the Myanmar Investment Commission to give the permit, after getting the permit of the Myanmar Investment Commission, from the time onwards, let's say that if you want to build a factory for the government factories, something like that. So after getting the Myanmar Investment Commission permit, to build the factory construction period, to build the factory times will be the 6 months or the 1 year according to the size of your factory. So it's been that we were noted that period as a 6 months or the 1 year or 2 years or 3 years according to the nature of the investment and then the size of the investment. We were noted that period as a construction period. According at that construction period, you can import the required machinery from the abroad without paying the custom duty. So you can import your required machinery from the abroad without paying the custom duty. That is the first incentive for the investor. And then the next incentive is that if you have already established and you have already built your factory, you are ready to produce your finished product. At that time, you have to inform to the Myanmar Investment Commission. We were noted that that day, and then from that times onward, you can get you have ready to produce your finished product, and then you will produce and you will sell to the market, and so you may get the income. From that time onwards, we will give you the tax incentive, income tax incentive, 3 years, 5 years, or 7 years. It depends on your location, your investment project locations. So it means that you may get the tax incentive 3 years to 7 years according to the locations in Myanmar. So which area you want to invest in Myanmar? We have three types of zone: developed zone, moderate developed zone, and least developed zone. According to the nature of the location, you can get the tax incentive for the 3 years, 5 years, and 7 years. That is an income tax exemptions for the investor. The third one is that when your factory is already running process, you may want to import the raw material from the abroad. Yes, you can. You can import the raw material from the abroad, and then if you use that raw material to produce the finished product at your factory, and then when you distribute the finished product, not the local market, if you export or all the your finished product to export by using that kind of raw material, you may also get the tax incentive upon the raw material. It means that if you import raw material from the abroad, if you make some processing in your factory, and then if you export to the abroad, you may get the tax incentive upon the raw material. But if you import the raw material from the abroad and then make some processing in your factory, and if you distribute in the local market, you cannot get the tax incentive for the raw material. That is the third opportunity for the investor. Here, regarding the income tax extension for the investor, we have a 3 developed zone. I have already mentioned that you may get the tax incentive for the 3 years, 5 years, and 7 years. So we have 3 types of development zone. The first one is the least developed zone. It's the zone 1. So if you invest in this zone, least developed zone area, you may get the tax incentive for the 7 years, moderate zone 5 years, and the developed zone is 3 years. Such as the Yangon and Mandalay is the moderate zone. Most of the area in the Yangon are the moderate zone. We will note it like that. So if you invest in this area, you will get the 3 years for the income tax exemption. So I have also presented about the income tax exemptions. So if you want to invest the manufacturing for the secret or the liquor or something like that, you may get the tax incentive or not. No, you don't get the tax incentive for that kind of matter. So it means that if you invest in the promoted sector, your investment is included in the promoted sector. We have a promoted sector. If your investment is included in the promoted sector, you may get a tax incentive. Not for the all sector, but don't worry, most of the sector are included in this promoted sector. So we have already announced that is such as a notification, Myanmar Investment Commission notification 13/2017. So you can also download it in our website, and then you can see what kind of investment are included in these promoted sector. Normally, these are the promoted sector: agriculture, plantation, livestock manufacturing, establishment of industrial zone, city development, urban area, establishment of urban area, construction of road and bridge, and then construction of seaport, river port, and flying port, something like that. This is also the promoted sector. So I have also mentioned that most of the sector are included in the promoted sector. So you may get the tax incentive for the income tax exemptions. Here, regarding the construction activities, so construction of the road, bridge, and railway lines, especially for the construction of new highway, railway lines, and flight runway, and upgrading the bridge and the highway, and construction of seaport, river, and dry port, and then construction project, production of the related construction project, production of concrete, cement, and limestone, and then construction materials such as these. All the constructions activities are included in the promoted sector. So it means that you may, if you want to invest that kind of area in Myanmar, you may get the tax incentive for your investment. This is some principles for according to the Myanmar investment law. You may appoint any citizens for your factory or for your project or for your business, senior manager, expert, and advisor. You can appoint any citizens, but the work which does not require this case, you have to appoint only the Myanmar citizens people. That is already mentioned in our Myanmar investment law. So this is also important for the investor. That is a treatment for the investor. So we have already mentioned in our law, Myanmar investment law, that we have a national treatment, most favored nation treatment, and the fair and equitable treatment. So it means that we have no discrimination between the investor, east or west or south or north. We have no discriminations. But moreover, all of the investors are equally treated as the local people. That is our treatment for the investor. So not only the local people, but also the foreign investor, all the treatment are the same. That is already mentioned in our law. So this is the investment guarantee. So our government can give the guarantee for the not to expropriate or the nationalize or the indirect expropriations for the public interest. If non-discriminatory matter accordance with the due process of law, or if we do like that, the fair, adequate, and effective compensation will be paid according to the law. So we have also the investor agreement mechanisms. The Myanmar Investment Commission also published the notification /9/2020. We have already established the investor agreement mechanisms. That is already that can be also formed in our website. That is a investment climate, the nature of the investment climate. So let's see the FDI sector in countries Myanmar. This is the update as of June 2022. As we is obviously seeing that the power sector is the 28% and is the first leading sector in Myanmar, and then follow the oil and gas sector is the 25%, and the third one is the manufacturing sector, and then the transport and communication 12%, and the real estate is the 7%. So the construction is stand for the at the five numbers of the FDI sector. So Singapore is the fact leading country in our in the investment matter, and then Singapore, China, and the Thailand is the top three sector, top three country for in Myanmar for the FDI sector. This is the form of engagement. So how to invest in Myanmar, and most of the investor ask to us this investment can do can their investment as a 100% foreign owned, or that they need, or do they need to make a joint venture, or what is your law or something like that. They also would like to ask like that. We have a notification /15/2017, and the first one is the investment activities law allowed to carry out state by state only. It means that if your investment is included in this sector, in this list, you cannot do, not only for the local investor, but also the foreign investor cannot do this kind of investment activity. The state have to do this kinds of activity. This is the first one. The second one is that it is also restricted to the foreign investor, such as the foodstuff manufacturing or something like that. And then the third one is that if you are investment in the type list of the activities, you have to find the joint local partner for the joint venture. So if your investment is included in this list, it is necessary to do the joint venture. The third one is that you can do 100% foreign owned or the joint venture, but the relevant ministries recommendation of the relevant ministry is a necessary process. But don't worry, we were asked the recommendation and that comments from the relevant ministry. The investor don't need to ask to the relevant ministry. That is our process. So regarding the construction periods, regarding the construction activities, investment activities, development of sales and lease of the residential apartments and condominiums. So it is necessary to make the joint venture, and then you have to apply the Myanmar Investment Commission permit. That is these activities are necessary for the joint venture. Here is you can do the 100% foreign owned or the joint venture. And then you have to submit the investment proposal to the Myanmar Investment Commissions that are in development, which is about 100 acres, and then building and marketing of residential apartment, and then urban redevelopment, which is about 4 acres, and then development of the new city or town or something like that. Yes. I have already explained about the approval of the Ministry of Transport and Communications. That is the construction of the new railway rack station and the construction of the switchbacks, shipway or something like that. I've already mentioned in these activities. We were asked the recommendation from the relevant ministries. So it means that how to get the Myanmar Investment Commission permit for the real estate. The investor have to submit the required attachment to the Myanmar Investment Commission, Form 2, Form 6, Form 7A, and other requirements. We have already mentioned in our website step by step, and all of the forms are already mentioned in our websites. You can study a lot of things in our websites, and then you can ask anything what you want. Please don't hesitate to contact us, and we will facilitate with all our mights. So it means that if the investor submit the investment proposal, we're attaching these fines. If you submit the Myanmar Investment Commission, we will analyze your investment proposal, and then we will ask the recommendation to the relevant ministries, such as the state and region government or the Yangon City Development Committees or Employment and Department or something like that. Is where we will ask the recommendation letter to the Ministry of Construction or these kinds of the relevant ministries. And then after getting all of if there's no objection, we will analyze the investment proposal again, and then we will give the permission to the investor. So this is the types of the public-private partnership in Myanmar. These are the some famous PPP model in the Myanmar. So in Myanmar, we have we use the kinds of the model for the PPP, BO, BOT, BTL, and then ORM, something like that. That is the types of the public-private partnership in Myanmar. So some of the promoted investment activities for the PPP. So these are the establishment of the industrial zone, new urban area, city development activities, construction of road bridge and the railway lines, or something like that. Please read these kind of these slides. And then if you investment in these sector investment activities with the model of the PPP, you may also get the tax incentive. Incentive for the investor. So this is the process for the unsolicited project in Myanmar. If we were make we mean that we have a responsible departments PPP center in Myanmar, which is Ministry of the and PPP center is under the control of the Ministry of Planning and Finance. So this is the process of the screening process of the unsolicited project in Myanmar. This is why should you invest in Myanmar? Let's see a little bit. So as we all know, we are the ASEAN member, and then Myanmar is also a strategic locations. And then we have a strong investment law, and then Myanmar Investment Commission, MIFA, and the TAICA. These are the government institution, and then not only for these government institution, but also that we have the UN FCCI. It means that that is a Chamber of Commerce in Myanmar is also famous, and then most of the support can get from that kind of chamber, UNFCCIs. So we have a strong institutions. It means that we were facilitate not only from the government sides of the such as the MIFA, MIC, and TAICA, but also the private sector were also support to the investors such as the UNFCCIs. So another thing is that we have a GMS corridor, a strong institution, and some of the country we have some bilateral investment treaty. So it's also a product for the investor. Another way is that we have a CMEC project, and then the facilitation is the first priority for the investor in Myanmar, and then Myanmar is the minimum wages is also the attractive for the investor in Myanmar. Let me sharing about the our ministries objectives. Ministry of the Investment and Foreign Economic Relations, such as noted as a MIFA, we have objectives that is MIFA is trying to be a strategic partner for the business and development communities. That is our objectives. So this is our strategy. It means that it's the SMART program. So as means the streamlining and simplifying procedures, and then mean the maximizing online service and minimizing barrier to the business. And then A means the assuring aftercare service. So we will take care. Take care of the existing investor. So existing investor is very important for us, and then not only for the potential investor, but also for the existing investor, our priority investor from Myanmar. And then third one is reducing the regulatory burden for the investor, and then transparency enhancement. So we make these strategy for the investor. This is also known as the SMART program. So according to the SMART program, we made some changes and we reform so many things. One of the example is we announced the standard operation procedures a few months ago. It's mean that when the investor invests in Myanmar, most of the FAQ question is that what kind of documents do we need to submit the proposal? What are the procedures? How many steps? 5 steps or 7 steps? What kind of documents do we need? And then how much we pay? And then how long will it takes? And then which place do we need to go? And then who assign the letter or something like that. So all these questions are covered according to the standard operating procedure of the one-stop service center. One-stop service, we have a one-stop service center that is already formed, not only the Myanmar Investment Commission, but also the relevant departments, Ministry of the Commons or the Ministry of the Commons and Environmental departments and the Customs departments and the Internal Revenue departments, such kind of departments are also formed in the one-stop center. So these standard operation procedures also can be downloaded in our website. This is the cost of doing business in Myanmar, survey report 2022. But the data is based on the before the 2022. It's means that most of the potential investors have to want to know about the cost of their investment. They can estimate by studying this survey report. This is a DICA online solution. Is noted as a DOZO. DOZO means DOZO is one of the online appointment system. So you can, if you want to contact the relevant persons, the responsible person of the DICA, including me, you can make appointment through this kind of system. That is also mentioned in our website. So you can just only, it's very simple, and then you can select just only the date and time, and then the persons who you want to, not the person, the departments, divisions who you want to, who you want to meet and contact. So you will get the after analyzing by our departments, you will get the Zoom meeting links within 3 days. Within 3 days, you may get the replying email through the meeting links, and then you can meet and contact through the online. But it is limited just only for the 30 minutes. So what kind of meeting points where we discuss? So you can also mention in the DOZO system. By using this system is very effective, and you don't need to come to our office, and then it is safe for the COVID, and then it is safe for the time, and then you can get the effective consultation from our departments. Please also test the DOZO system. DOZO system is also established since 1st April of this year. So this is the content of the our departments. So address, phone number. This phone number and the handphone is also my telephone, my handphone number. This red number is the handphone number is my telephone number, and the email is also Wunna message is also my personal email. But you can send any times, and then I will reply through not only through the email, but also the Viber, WhatsApp, everything what you want to contact to me, and no need to please don't hesitate to contact me. And then we have also mentioned our websites, our websites, and then please also visit please do visit to our website. And then we have also mentioned the DICA State and Regional Branch Office in this link, so you can contact what you want to Or you can contact the TICA staff what you want to contact, and please feel free to contact us. Thank you very much for your times.
Thank you very much, Dr. Aung. Thank you for your presentation and information, which are very comprehensive and very useful indeed. Thanks a lot.